So for today's lesson, we're going to take a look at SOL 7.13, which covers 1 and 2-step inequalities. So this is going to be the prerequisite to our next lesson, which is multi-step inequalities. All right, SOL 7.13 says the student will solve 1 and 2-step linear inequalities in one variable, including practical problems involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, and graph the solution on a number line. The learning target for today: I can solve 2-step linear inequalities and graph the solutions on a number line. And then this vocabulary here will continue to build as we go through this unit. So the first thing we want to start off with is a little investigation. All right, so other than the 4 inequality symbols, there's one other big difference between solving equations and solving inequalities. So we know inequalities have 4 different inequality symbols, whereas equations just use the equal sign. There's another big thing, is that you have to flip the inequality sign when you multiply or divide by a negative number. So let's look here. All right, so for the first one, it gives us the inequality of 1 is less than 4. So what we're looking at is that true? That is definitely true. 1 is definitely less than 4. Now we're going to look at when we add 3 to both sides. So 1 plus 3 gives me 4. And then we have 4 plus 3 gives me 7. So we have 4 is less than 7, and that is a true statement. All right. Now we have negative 4 is less than 6, which is also a true statement. We're going to subtract 3 from both sides. So we get negative 7 is less than 3, which is also a true statement. All right, so we have negative 1 is less than 5, which is also a true statement. Then we're going to multiply both sides by 2, so I get negative 2 is less than 10, which is also true. I have negative 3 is less than 3, which is a true statement. Now I'm going to multiply both sides by negative 2, so negative 3 times negative 2 gives me 6. Negative 2 times 3 gives me a negative 6. So this one says that 6 is less than negative 6, which we know is false. All right. For the next one, we have negative 2 is less than 10, which is true. We're going to divide both sides by 2, so we get negative 1 is less than 5, which is true. And for the last one, we have 2 is less than 8, which is true. We're going to divide both sides by negative 2, so I get negative 1 is less than negative 4, which is false. All right, so I want you to take a second to look at this table and answer the 3 questions. So it says, use your work from the table above to answer the following questions. Which specific actions cause the first inequality to become false? Without changing the action, what could be done to the new inequality to make it true? And to summarize what you've learned. So I want you to pause the video and try that out. Answer those 3 questions. All right, so let's take a look. So which specific actions cause the first inequalities to become false? So looking here, we see that the inequality was initially true, but when we multiply by a negative, it became false. Same as for the last one, initially it was true. When we divided by negative 2, it became false. So it says, which specific actions cause the inequality to become false? So yes, both of these examples have negative 2, but in general, when multiplying or dividing by a negative number. So when multiplying and dividing by a negative number. All right. Without changing the action, what could be done to make the inequality true? So looking at 6 is less than negative 6, we know that that's a false statement. So what could we do to make it true? We could easily just flip the inequality sign. Is 6 greater than negative 6? Absolutely. So to summarize the lesson here, when you multiply or divide by a negative number, flip the inequality sign. All right, so that only applies when you multiply and divide by a negative, or multiply or divide by a negative number. All right, so let's actually get into some inequalities. All right, Let's take a look at the symbols. So we have here where x is less than 0, so all numbers are less than 0. So this symbol is going to be less than. And when we put that on the number line, we're going to use an open circle at 0. And we want all those values that are less than 0. All right. For the next one, we have all numbers are less than or equal to. So in this case, we have less than or equal to. All right. And in this case, we're going to have a closed circle because 0 is going to be included in my solution. So we want all those values that are less than or equal to 0. All right, so in the first one, 0 was not included in my solution, hence why I used the open circle. The second one, 0 is included, so I used a closed circle. The next one, we have x is greater than or equal to 0. So we have all numbers greater than or equal to 0. Or I should say equal to, and that should also say equal to. So again, I'm going to have a closed circle because 0 is included, and I want those values that are greater than 0. So this one is greater than or equal to. All right, and the last one, we have all numbers greater than 0. So 0 is not included in the solution. So we're going to shade to the right to get all those values that are greater. So using strictly less than or strictly greater than, we're going to use an open circle. Make sure that looks like an open circle. And for less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, we're going to use a closed circle because that is included in our solution. All right, so solving 1 and 2 step inequalities. Solve any inequality by using the same process, inverse operation. So just like with solving equations, we're going to use the inverse operation. The inequality symbol takes the place of the equal sign. The only difference when multiplying, as we discovered at the beginning, or dividing both sides of the inequality by a negative number, you must flip the inequality sign. So for example, if negative x is less than 0, then x is greater than 0. All right, the opposite of a number will have the opposite relationship, less than or greater than, to the final result. All right, so now we're going to take a second and I want you to predict which inequality will require the inequality symbol to be flipped in the final solution. Circle your predictions. So I don't want you to solve anything. I just want you to look and determine which ones we will have to flip the inequality sign. All right, so let's take a look. So for B, we're definitely going to have to flip because we're going to have to divide by that negative 2. Same as with C, we're going to have to multiply by the reciprocal, which will be negative 2. So we're going to have to multiply both sides by negative 2 in order to get rid of negative 1/2. Same for F, we're going to be dividing by negative 0.5, so that is negative. And also for H, we're going to be dividing by negative 1 because we cannot leave our variables negative. All right, let's go ahead and look next. So now we're going to get into actually solving some 1 and 2 step inequalities. All right, so again, we follow the same steps. So I have 3x plus 5 is greater than 11. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. I have 3x is greater than 6. Divide both sides by 3, and I have x is greater than 2. All right, so since I have strictly greater than, I can make my number line. I'm just going to put 2 here. I'm going to have an open circle because, again, remember, greater than or less than, we use an open circle. Less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, we're going to use a closed circle. And we want those values that are greater than 2, so we're going to shade to the right. All right, So we're going to check to make sure that it is a solution. So checking to make sure that it is a solution, because remember with inequalities, we have a solution set. So our solution set here are all x values that are greater than 0, or excuse me, greater than 2. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to plug in, let's plug in 2 just to see if that holds. So is it a true statement that 11 is greater than 11? Absolutely not. So hence why 2 cannot be included in this solution. So I can pick any number that is greater than 2. So I'm going to change that up a bit and pick a number that's greater than 2. So we can just say 3. So I have 3 times 3 plus 5 is greater than 11. I have 9 plus 5 is greater than 11. I have 14 is greater than 11, which is true. All right. For B, we have a one-step equation. So I have negative 2x is greater than or equal to 10. So I have my negative 2 times x. So I'm going to divide both sides by a negative 2. My negative 2's cancel, so I get x. Up, I divide it by a negative number, so I'm going to flip my sign, and I get negative 5. So I'm going to put negative 5. Since it is less than or equal to, I'm going to use my closed circle, and I want all x values that are less than or equal to 5. All right, so we can check to make sure that negative 5 is a solution. So we can simply plug that in. We have negative 2 times negative 5 is greater than or equal to 10. We get 10 is greater than or equal to 10, which is true. All right. So now I want you to pause the video and I want you to try the next examples for me. All right, so we have for C, negative 1/2 x plus 9 is less than or equal to 3. And then we have x plus 10 is less than negative 5. All right, so again, following those same steps, I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. I get negative 1/2 x is less than negative 6. Multiply both sides by 2 because we have to multiply by the reciprocal. So I get x is greater than 12 because, again, we had to flip the inequality sign. So I have 12. I'm going to have an open circle, and I want those x values that are greater than 12. So I'm going to shade to the right, and I made a mistake. That should be shaded in. All right. Then for the last one, I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides, and I get x is less than negative 15. So I'm going to have an open circle at 15, and I want those x values that are less than negative 15. So I'm going to shade to the left. All right. So now at the end of your notes, you will see that there's an exit ticket with 3 questions. These 3 questions, the layout might be a bit different. I want you to work on these 3 questions. Once you are done with them, I want you to bring them to me to check. But before you do that, I want you to summarize what you've learned from today's lesson.